Okay, welcome back to the power of model drawing. Now, today we are going to look at some hard problems. Now, in the last lesson, I think the problems were quite easy. So we wanted to take a break, all right, from doing all the hard questions, and we wanted to do some easy questions last week. So last week was quite a short lesson because the problem were easy to solve. Okay, but today we're going to have a few hard problems. So let's look at problem 1. Now, Sue had some blue and red beads. She sewed an equal number of blue and red beads. She then had 2/5 of the blue beads and 3/4 of the red beads left. So what fraction of the beads were not sewed? Okay, so how to draw the model? Now, so we always start from the beginning, right? When we draw a model, we draw forward, all right? Of course, you can draw backwards, but it's a little harder. So we always draw forward. So Sue had some blue and red. So if you're not sure how to draw, you can always skip, right? Skip and move on. But if you know how to draw, then just carry on. So for me, what I will do is maybe I can assume the blue maybe has longer and the red has shorter. So that's my first sentence when I draw. And if you make any mistake later, you can always adjust. All right, and we also don't know whether which color has more, maybe the blue, maybe the red, so we are not sure. So you just draw first, then later on you can always make adjustment. And she sewed an equal number of blue and red. Okay, so I'm going to just how do you show the equal number of blue and red? You use a dotted line to show the equal number. Remember, dotted line to show equal number. All right, so we draw until here. So I may want to label. So she sewed an equal number of blue and red. So it's good to label, because when you label, then the model becomes your question later on. She then had 2/5 of the blue beads left. Oh, 2/5. So what does that mean? It means that there must be two boxes of the blue beads left, and she must have sewed 3 boxes, right? So I can cut this into 3 boxes, and then she must have 2 boxes left. So this is the leftover. So you realize that the model is not accurate. So you need to make some adjustment. So let's make some adjustment and let's erase this part. All right. So you can see that when you draw a model, it is never perfect. Sometimes you need to do adjustment. All right. So let's recap. She had 2/5 of the blue beads left, and she has sewed 3/5 of the blue beads. All right. And then she had 3/4 of the red beads left. Oh, again, you can see that there's something wrong with the rectangle for the red. It means that there are 4 boxes of red. Okay, if you look at the denominator, what does the denominator tells you? The total boxes for every color. So the red must have a total of 4 boxes, and if 3 boxes are left, then 1 box must be sewed. So this box must be sewed, right? Then you must have 3 boxes that are left. So you need to adjust your model because the model doesn't look accurate. So I need to draw another 3 more boxes. So you have 1 box already, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so now you have 3 boxes left, or 3/4 of the red beads left. Okay, so let's recap. Now, Sue had some blue and red, and now you can see that the red is actually more than the blue, and she sewed equal number. So how do you show the equal number? You draw a dotted line to show the equal number concept. And she had 2 boxes of the blue beads left, all right, or 2/5, and that's why you can see 2 boxes on the right side, and she must have sewed 3/5 of the blue beads, and she had 3/4 of the red beads. So she must have sewed 1/4 of the red beads, right? So what fraction of the beads she had were not sewed? Now, if you can't draw, or if you can't put the question mark, then you don't put. And the model is done. So if you are drawn nicely, the model becomes your question. So what do you do with the model? You make them all look the same. So you cut the box for the red into 3 smaller boxes. Okay, let me use a red color. Then I can cut straight lines. So 3, 6, 9, and 12. Okay, right? Okay, so now can we get the fraction? So what fraction of all the beads, which is the total units? So once you cut the model equally, then all of them are called units already. So how many units are there? The blue has 5 units, and the red will have 3, 6, 9, and 12. So the red will have 12 units, and the total will be 17 units. So what fraction of all the beads, which is 17, were not sold? So you have 3 units of blue that were sold, and 3 units of red that were sold. So you there is 6 units, right? But you want not sold. All right, we almost make the mistake. So we want to find out how many were not sold. So you have 2 units left for the blue, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, so there are 11 units of beads that were not sold. Okay, so what fraction of the beads were not sold? 11 out of 17. Alright, so you can see that if you draw a good model, you don't really need a lot of steps. Sometimes it's just writing the answer without any steps. Okay, now let's go to the real hard question. Okay, now this question you might have seen it before, and what happens if you can't draw the model because it's a little hard or you just don't know how to draw? There are always methods, other methods to think about. So one of the other methods that you can think about is maybe guess and check. Right, you can think of guess and check. All right, and that is always the last method to use if you can't do the question. Okay, but we are not going to do guess and check. We are going to draw the model. So James had a bag filled with 20-cent and 50-cent coins. There are 32 more 20-cent coins than 50-cent coins. The value of all the 50-cent coins is $28.40 more than the value of all the 20-cent coins. So how many 20-cent coins are there in the bag? And James needed more money to buy a shirt that costs $89.20. How much more money does he need? Alright, so this is a 4-mark question. So what do? So we think of model drawing. So remember, you can always have 2 sets of model to compare. So I'm going to draw 2 sets of model. Why? Because if you look at the first sentence and you don't know how to draw, you jump to the next sentence. There are 32 more 20-cent coins. So the 20-cent coins and the 50-cent coin, you have a longer rectangle for the 20-cent coin, and the 50-cent coins will be a shorter rectangle. And there are 32 more. Now this model represents how many? Alright, how many coins in this model? Alright, now in the second model that we are going to draw is the how much, right? How much? So let's put down how much. So which means that what is the value? So the value of the 50-cent coin is $28.40 more. Okay, more than the value of the 20-cent coins. So you put down $28.40 more. So how many 20-cent coins are there in the bag? Okay, so which means that you're supposed to find a question mark here, right? How many 20-cent coins? Alright, so how exactly do we do this? Now remember in our lesson 2 weeks ago, we used a method called grouping. So in this question, we are going to use the same method. Now in order to use grouping, you need to make one group with equal number. But right now, if you look at the model on the left side, you don't have equal number of 20-cent coin and 50-cent coin. So you have to make one group with equal number. So how do you make one group with equal number? First of all, you need to find how much is the 32 20-cent coins. Right, you have 32 more 20-cent coins. So how much is that? So 32 times 20 cents, you would have $6.40. Okay? Then you look at the model on the right side. Okay, on the right side, right? In the model on the right side, you can see that, of course, the model is representing how much is every type of coin. But if you look at the model, you also understand that there are more 20-cent coins than 50-cent coin. So before you can make one group, you need to take out the 32 more 20-cent coins. So I'm going to cut, right? I'm going to cut over here. All right, I'm going to cut over here, which is the 32 more 20-cent coins. So I'm going to just put down over here. This is the 32 more 20-cent coins that you're going to take out later. And how much, okay, how much is that? which is $6.40. So you're going to take that out later, okay? And then when you take out the 32 20-cent coins, what would happen? You can see the box over here, which is representing the leftover 20-cent coins. And of course, the 50-cent coins is unchanged over here. So the blue boxes will represent the equal number of 20-cent coins and 50-cent coins. Agree? Alright, so the blue boxes shows the equal number of each type of coins. Alright, so now we can make one group. So how to make one group? Well, you look at one group that is equal number of 20-cent coin and 50-cent coin. So which means that okay, I can have one group with 20-cent coin. I can also have one group with one 50-cent coin. So this is the method called grouping, right? So under heuristics, there's a method called grouping where you learn to make different kinds of one group, and then later on you're going to see how many groups you have. All right, now then I can also make one group which is how much more? How much more is one 50-cent coin than one 20-cent coin? So you take 50 cents and minus 20 cents, that will give you 30 cents more. Now, why do you want to find how much more? Because if you look at the model on the right side, can you see how much more is all the 50-cent coins than all the 20-cent coins if there is an equal number of 20-cent coins and 50-cent coins? So how much more? So you take $6.40 and you plus $28.40, that will give you how much more? Alright, so let's add them together. So you take $6.40 plus $28.40 and you get $34.80 more, right? And if one group you have 30 cents more, which is one group, then how many groups make up $34.80 more? So you take $34.80 and you divide by 30 cents and you will get 116 groups. And if there are 116 groups, then how many 20-cent coins are there in 116 groups? So one group, there is one 20-cent coin. So 116 times 1, and you will get 116 20-cent coins, right? And how many 50-cent coins are there? Also 116 50-cent coins, because you have equal number, right? Remember, you make one group with equal number. So now you can find how many groups are there. And once you know how many groups are there, then you can see how many 20-cent coins and 50-cent coins. Alright, so part A, how many 20-cent coins are there in the bag? So you should be taking 116 plus 32 more. Alright, there are 32 more 20-cent coins than 50 cents. So 116 plus 32, and you will get 148 20-cent coins. And you solve part A. Right? Okay, how about part B? Now, Jason needs more money to buy a shirt that costs $8.20. Alright, so can we find how much money he has? So, if there are 148 20-cent coins, then what is the value? So you take 148 times 20 cents, that will be $29.60. And if there are 116 50-cent coins that he has, then what is the value? So 116 times 50 cents, that will be $58. So how much money does he have altogether? So you take 58 and you plus $29.60. So he has how much? He would have $87.60. So is it enough to buy the shirt that costs $89.20? That is not enough. So you have to minus what he already has. And that will give you how much more he needs. So 89.20 minus 87.60. He needs another, how much is that? 89.20 minus 87.60. He needs another $1.60. cents. And that is your part B, right? So part A, all right, how many 20-cent coins is in the bag? 148. And how much more money does he need? He will need another $1.60 more. So this model or this question is a little, it will be hard to solve, right? It will be quite hard to solve if you do not have your heuristics. So besides model drawing, there are still other methods to learn, like grouping, assumption. So sometimes you need to use other methods to work together with the model. So in this problem, you need to make one group. And then after you make one group, then you need to find how many groups make up the money. And once you can find how many groups, and then you can solve already. All right? Okay, so we come to the end of this lesson, which is slightly harder than the week before. So stay tuned for the next lesson. So usually for the problems at the upper level, the problems that I'm putting online, they are the harder questions. So the common method that we will try to use will always be model drawing. But once again, do take notes. All right, do take note that model drawing can be used to solve many problems, but not all. So there will be some questions that you will need to think about other heuristics, other kinds of methods. All right, so I will see you in the next lesson.